So we are now moving on to the next unit, that is protectors of biosphere. Here we will be talking more about plants. So the primary aspect we have to see before going more detail into plants, plant processes is the plant pigments. So as you can see, there are many kind of colored plants around us. You have seen dark green plants, light green plants, yellowish green plants, sometimes green, red, corrugated plants, etc. So how do these plants get these kind of pigments, this kind of colors? It is through pigments. So plants have certain chemical substances called pigments that gives color to the plant body. So as you can see in this video, the plant pigments can be classified into two pigments based on their function. First one is the photosynthetic pigments and the second one is the protective pigments. The function of photosynthetic pigments is to aid in the process of photosynthesis. So we will see more about the process of photosynthesis later. Now we shall move on to the protective pigments first. So protective pigments, the main function of protective pigment is the protection of the plant. So plants, as they are non-motile and get exposed to different environmental conditions, they need a subsequent protective system, and these protective pigments provide such a protection to the plant. They help in anti-drought resistance, then antioxidants, etc. in this plant. An example for protective pigment is anthocyanin. So anthocyanin gives plants red, purple or blue colors. So example is, you can this red spinach leaves, you have seen purple cabbages. All these consist of anthocyanins, and this anthocyanin pigment is protective in nature. Now we will move on to the second type of plant pigment, that is the photosynthetic pigment. So photosynthetic pigment helps plants in the process of photosynthesis. So in photosynthesis, plant produces food. So these plant pigments act as a catalyst for this reaction. So these photosynthetic pigments are of two types, chlorophylls and carotenoids. So chlorophyll gives green color to plant and carotenoids give yellow or orange color to plants. So chlorophyll is of two types, chlorophyll A and chlorophyll B, while carotenoids is also of two types, xanthophyll which give yellow color and carotene which give orange color. So these are the pigments, three pigments in plants. So plant pigments are classified into two, protective pigments and photosynthetic pigments. Protective pigments protects plants against environmental conditions. The protective pigment involves anthocyanin. The next type of pigment is the photosynthetic pigment, which helps the plant in photosynthesis. The photosynthetic pigment are of two types, chlorophyll and carotenoids. Chlorophyll is of two, chlorophyll A and chlorophyll B, while carotenoid is of two types, xanthophyll and carotenes. So chlorophyll give green colors and carotenoids give yellow or orange color. So xanthophyll gives the yellow color while carotene gives orange colors. So these are the different pigments present in plants. and each of these pigments have specific functions in the plants. So can you write a brief note on pigments in plants? Thank you.